once thriving school, and at the same time being allowed to cause havoc in the building by now attacking my coworkers and I. They have used a misunderstanding between coworkers to drive us all further apart. They send spies around to board meetings and all throughout our building to dig up information on staff, including tonight, as they sent the assistant principal to see who's here to speak up. These are all intimidation tactics. They orchestrate lies to tell both my co-workers and I in order for us to react and turn against each other. We have come together to realize that this is all a scheme, a part of their plan to ruin our careers, careers in which combined easily top their careers. We will not allow this to happen to us or any other educator in Jersey City. We have both worked too hard in our years as educators to allow inadequate, jealous people to tear us down and strip away healthy standing reputations. This, either of them can say about themselves from their short time being in administrative roles at PS 34. Their lives led to ultimately placing the life of my unborn child in danger. My coworker and I have made amends because it's the Christian way. However, here's a thought. What would have happened to myself or my unborn child if we were hurt? Who would have taken the charges for that? Would they have thrown to the wolves? I expressed to both of these board-appointed people that I was a high-risk pregnancy in the beginning of the year. Yet they continued to place myself and my unborn child at more risk, planning for the downfall of my coworker and I. There has to be some type of discrimination law against that. They have set out and strategically plotted and planned to ruin the building of educators who will not become puppets or robots to their demonic control. Anyone who speaks up and out at board meetings against the wrong being done in our building has been moved or reassigned to other buildings where these two negative people still have an influence. What great leaders this Board of Education has put in place. On Friday, February 13, 2015, I was called down to a meeting by a board supervisor without any prior notice at 2:55. Let me also state without allowing me to provide a union rep, which I'm pretty sure the building administration knew could not be provided that day because our union rep was out. I was told by the co-conspirator that was there, a board official, a board administrator, that the principal has asked I be moved immediately to another school. No explanation at all, not a choice of where I would like to go was mentioned. I've also said before that there's a nasty clique of administrators aiming to harm the students in our district by removing their teachers at a time that is critical to their learning and their development. In approximately 8 school days, my students, like every other student in the state of New Jersey, will begin a park assessment. It will not be fair for my students to abandon them at this time. This is a forced, unwanted move. My students are the reason I stayed and continue to stay and show up to work no matter how sick I am, no matter the amount of snow that's on the ground, the amount of drama that's being led by the administrators here at the board and in that building. Who is supposed to protect the students? Who is supposed to protect